Charles Crafts. Welcome back if you've been before, and hi if this is your first time. This is my whip and chat of the week, where you get to know what's been happening in the Withington household. I've got my candle lit, and yep, it's a lavender, vanilla and chamomile one from Quiet River, and I love it, so I'm going to put that up out the way. And that's for anybody that needs prayers, thoughts or positivity, and I know there's quite a few of us out there that need it at the moment. I don't know whether it's going to focus properly because I can't talk when you're blind as a bat. You can't tell. But anyway, you're not going to be looking at the screen much anyway, are you? You're going to be listening. Yeah, so how's everybody's week going? Is it okay? I'll move my chair in. We are working, oops daisy, on Bubblegum Spaniel from Diamond Art Club by Marilyn Cazenave. And this is a 41 by 48, and I'm loving it, partial. So that means the background, it doesn't have diamonds on it. I've got my Harbour Freight, it's all boxed up. I've got my Rachel Ray Pussycats, see? I think her Etsy shop's now open, so she might have some more. And then I've got my Annie Chambers Rosy Posy Crafts acrylic one there. I've got my Shiny Shaz tray, and they're Etsy, no. They're Amazon trays, cheap and cheerful, and I was gifted the pen. So, right, so we can actually get a colour out. We're going to get a colour out because very often I'm chatting for so long, I don't put anything down. Oh, we need to put our little, that's better. Now I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to do the two little eyes. Now, are they two little eyes in the bag? Yeah, two little eyes are in the bag. I thought they were. So I'm going to do the two little eyes first. So how's everybody's week going? Well, I know we always do a weather update in this Welsh weather. And it is, we'll put it like this, it's persistently raining. And that's a bit of an understatement. It's heavy rain or torrential rain. Take your pick. That's our choice today. No real wind though, which is good. But yeah, you know when somebody turns a hose pipe on? Yeah, that's what the rain's been like today, on and off. It's been chucking it down and then hose pipe in between. So yeah, not the best weather to be out. I have been up our lake this morning, met some friends, and we had a outdoor coffee under a shelter while it was raining. It was quite nice actually, watching the rain bounce off the lake. But you had to be wrapped up because it was pretty nippy then. But yeah, but apparently the rain's in for the week, so, which is about right for Welsh weather. Yeah, the temperature's not too bad though. It's about between 14 and 16 Celsius, so we can't grumble really. Although it feels a little bit colder, but that's still not bad. So it's only just May. We've got, you know, a few weeks yet before it should start to really warm up, if it does. I've got my cup of tea. I made hubby one as well. He's outside. He's bought some copper sheets and he's making copper bowl spoons. Because apparently they're recommending that you use copper utensils because there's not enough iron in our diets. I don't know if that's right or not. So he's made some before, but he wanted to have a slotted iron spoon. I think it'll have the bowl part will be copper, and then the handle I think he's going to make out of wood, so it'll be a combination of wood and copper, which I think is going to be lovely. So he wanted to have a go at that. He's done a small copper bowl one, but he's gone for a larger one now. So he's out there heating it up with a blowtorch, hitting it with a hammer. No idea how he's getting the shape, and I don't want to know. All I've said to him, please don't burn yourself or cut anything off, because you know how accident prone he can be. If he does something, he does it major style. But yeah, did I tell you we cut the top of his finger off with a circular saw in work? Yeah, I think I did told you last week, didn't I? So I told him, yeah, if he's not careful, I'm going to ban all power tools and he'll only have the little kids' Black and Decker play ones. He just laughs at me. So I've been out, I come back and I see there's a plaster on his thumb. I said, what, you done nothing? I said, why have you got plaster on your thumb? Well, I might have nicked it. I said, why aren't you wearing your cut-proof gloves? Oh, stop nagging, woman. I said, oh, okay. I said, I'm only looking after you. But you know men, they know best. But yeah, so he's under his gazebo. But this new canvas that we've put on his gazebo canvas over the top of their frame that we've got out the back, we've discovered isn't waterproof, which is brilliant. Not. Yeah, it soaks through. So I said we're going to have to think of an alternative. So I said, I don't think we can, he can't have tin because he needs the daylight to come through it to see what he's doing. So I said we'll have to buy the plastic corrugated clear roof stuff instead. So I said that's our next thing for him out there, because it is a nightmare when you're being dripped on when you're trying to be artistic out there. And do you know what I mean? So I said that'll be the next thing. And we've got to do Jessie's bedroom floor as well. And the kids need, well, Joshua and Jessie need new mattresses. I could do with one, but I'm not bothered. I've got used to this one. I said it seems to be, yeah, everybody needs something at the moment. But I said we'll get there. There's no rush. No rush at all. And Joshua says he's not in his room very often, so he's not bothered if he gets a new one or not. Although Millie does tend to sleep in his bed when he's not here. But we'll see. Delta's settled in really well, a hamster. She's loving it. She hears Jessie's voice. It's so sweet. She'll hear Jessie's voice and out she comes, squeaking. I said to Jess, she knows her mama, see? Jessie's so proud. But he had some friends round the other day showing them. And she said, oh, I'll get her and I'll put her in her ball and you can see her running round. They said, oh yeah, it'd be great. And she is like a loony in this ball for a little, and she runs like anywhere and everywhere. She can get from the front room carpet onto the hall wood and then up onto into the kitchen on the lino. She doesn't bother her. She bangs until she gets where she wants. So I could hear her banging around and I thought, oh, she's all right. And I was, what was I doing? Oh, I think I'm cutting vegetables up for tea, ready for tea. And I heard a real loud bang. I thought, oh, that's her gone into the chair. And then it went really quiet. And then could you see the dog sniffing at something? I thought, oh no. And the last time she acted like that is when the old hamster escaped out the cage. So I quickly ran over to where I thought she was. And there she was. She'd got out. She'd somehow managed to knock the ball so the lid came off. So either Jess hadn't quite clicked it in place or it just pot luck that it hit in the right place to dislodge it. I don't know. But there she was, quite happy. Well, would she let me catch her? Not in a million years. So I shouted Jessie. I said, you're going to have to come and grab her. Said she might let you grab her. Of course, Jessie panicked and just grabbed her, with which the hamster then bit her finger. So she was lucky Joshy didn't throw her. But she didn't. She was very calm. She was crying because it hurt. So I said, just drop her in a ball. So I got the ball and she just dropped her in there. And said, go and sort your finger out, which she washed it out and sterilised it and whatever. But the poor hamster's not been allowed out. She's in punishment. Yeah. She's been grounded to a cage for a while. Jessie said she's not going in a ball. She's going to be grounded. So she's grounded. She said, she's going to let her out tomorrow when she cleans her. Well, it was today or tomorrow, but Jess went on a sleepover last night. So she came home from school and said, Jenna said, can I steal her? That's her friend. I said, yeah. So she's gone to her friends for a sleepover and we've not seen her since. And it is now 3:45. But I saw her friend's mum. She's one of my friends I went for coffee with this morning. She said they were happy baking pancakes or something. She said, so I've left them to it. She said they're happy as Larry, the pair of them. You know. I did say to her, I said, when do you want me to come and get her or what? And she said, oh, we'll see how they go. I thought you'd keep her till she's 80 if you want, and then return her, you know. Only joking, people. But yeah, her and her friend get on really good, so I don't mind a friend coming to stay here and her mum don't mind going there, because they just occupy each other and you don't hear a peep out of them, which is nice. That's a T. I don't want T. What's that one? That's a dot. I want them 2 lines. Is that 2 lines? Yeah. So, yeah, so no idea when she'll be back. She'll come home when she's bored, I suppose, or homesick, which will probably be in a couple of years. I presume she's coming home for tea, but... So, Millie Moo, she's just got her first item in the post that she's ordered with her new bank card. We managed to set her bank card up. We got it verified and all that, so we transferred some money in. She gave Grant some cash out of her piggy bank and he transferred... That's a sparkle. Where the hell's the sparkle come from? Oh, I'm just cleaning out my pen because there's like a... I don't know if you can see that. There's like a little sparkly thing. I don't know where that's come from, because there's nothing sparkly like that. So I'll clean my pen out and put it again. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Millie's bought her first thing. She gave some of the money to her dad to change so she could buy these, what the hell are they called? Skates, no? You know, road skates, I don't know what they're called. Roller skates things. So she bought herself a good pair of those. And they come today. Oh, she was so excited that she'd bought them herself out of her money. So she has been going up and down the hallway just before I come on here with them. They are beautiful. They're like a peach colour. And the box that they came in the same coloured box as the skates. So she was over the moon. So I think when the drier weather, as soon as it dries up, they'll all be meeting up and going skating. So she's over the moon. She had an appointment with the foot consultant. I can't remember what the proper name for it is. So we checked where she's had the operation. They look okay on both feet. And he says the lumps that she's got on the top of her feet that are causing a lot of pain. He thinks it's to do with the arch of her foot, and the insoles she's got need to be changed, and she has to have a new fitting to lift them into a different position. But which is good news, because we were dreading to think that she'd have to have another 2 operations. But he said, well, you know, if there's any concerns after she's had the new inserts and it doesn't get any better, we'll have to review it. But so she was happy. Josh went back to uni on Monday. He had his jab, didn't he, last Friday? No ill effects, bit of a sore arm, that's it. But he went back Monday. And I said, have you finished uni? Yeah, he finished uni. So why are you going back? He said, because there's more to do up there than there is here. Because like we're in a little town of about 5,000 to 6,000 people. With hardly any, well, there isn't anything for his age to do, apart from drink. So he's gone back up there until I have to get all of them gone, stayed there until they've got to get out their flat, which I think is in the summer holidays. So I'll see him whenever I see him. He said they're going to put their stuff in storage because him and his friend Justice are moving into a house with 3 others that they don't know, which they get their own room, lockable room with a ensuite bathroom and share a kitchen. So he's happy with that. But I do miss him. But he got to come. We went to my sister-in-law's on Sunday, and then my parents-in-laws came down, met us there. Me, Grant, the girls, and then Joshua came up in his car, which was nice. I said to him, I'm going to see your pig monster, which is his Grand Pete, and his Nana Joan. He said, oh yeah, I'll come up, but I'll come in my car. I think that's so he could go when he was ready. And it was nice. She did like bits and pieces on the side, you know, like a little lasagna, pie, beef pie I think it was, salad stuff, dobbin yard potatoes or whatever they're called, you know, sliced potatoes and garlic and cream, and say salad stuff, some nice bread. So It was nice, yeah. And it's nice for the kids to see their grandparents because they live so far away. They don't get to see them very often, only now and again. But Grant's dad had obviously remarried, been poorly, and they said he'd lost some weight. Bloody hell, did we have a shock when we seen him. He looked like somebody out of a concentration camp. He was that thin. Oh my God, you could see his bones sticking out. It's horrible. Kids were shocked. And he'd been for a few tests, and he'd caused himself a hernia from picking up a bag of concrete last year. And he hasn't been right since, but it's got worse. As first of all, we thought, oh God, is it bowel cancer? But they'd looked at his large intestines last week, and they said that's clear, which is great news. But they think he might have twisted his smaller intestines, so he's got to go for more tests this week and something. So I'm hoping that's something that it hasn't died off or anything, or yeah. So we're all just on tender hooks with that. But we're glad we got together and seen each other. And then while we were there, we popped up to Montgomery Castle. That's where my sister-in-law lives, in Montgomery, which is a castle. It's only a small castle on the hill. Ruins. I think it was, did it say it was built in 1216 or something like that? I did film it and put it on my Patreon. So my patrons have all seen the footage of the castle and the in-laws and all that and what we did, which was really nice. And all details on my Patreon are down below. If you're interested, just click on and have a look. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you do get inside videos and things and information. But anyway, went up to the castle. We drove up there because I can't walk because it is up a bloody great big steep hill, and Derek wouldn't be able to walk. So went up there, all of us, and we walked to the castle, well, and outside of the castle, and Grant's dad had had enough, so there's like a gazebo with seating, so he went and sat in there, and then Grant took the dog round the outside of the castle, and then came into the inside, and me and Mill and Jess went into the inside of the castle, and I filmed all in there. And it's lovely. Oh my God, but the views are absolutely astounding. They're just so beautiful. It's so high up. And it was a weird day. It was drizzling, and then the sun had come out, then it drizzled and the sun came out. But it was a nice day. It was a nice day. And then we tootled off home about 4:30ish, 4:45, because it's just over an hour away to go to her place. But so it was nice. It was nice that Josh came as well. He didn't stay till then. He stayed for a couple of hours and then he went. Sorry, I had to have a slurp. Yeah, so that was that. Saw Mum this week. Well, I wasn't planning to see her, but I've been dreaming about her, you know, of going shopping with her and having chats with her, things that I would be doing if she hadn't got the dementia. So I thought I need to see her, because there's only one person allowed to visit, which at the moment's Dad, because he desperately needs it. I said, I'll come up in the car with you, Dad. I'll bring the dog because it's too long a day to leave the dog on her own. I said, me and the dog, I'll peek at her through the window when she's sleeping. You can ring us and say she's sleeping so she doesn't see us. Because I didn't want her to see us and then not be allowed to see us, if you know what I mean, and get upset. I said, and or if they think, you know, I don't know what I thought, really, to be truthful, but I was just going to peek at her through the window if she was sleeping, just to say that I've seen her. So I said, I'll bring the dog, and, you know, she's accompanying me, you know, I'll sit in the car, I'll take a bit of cross-stitching or some crocheting or something, you know, and do it in the car. I said, I'll be quite happy. I said, Dad, are you sure? I said, yeah. I said, and then we'll go for a spot of lunch or get a coffee somewhere, or, you know, and toot back. So he gets up there. Well, we went to Tesco's, that was it. Get her some tights and a couple of tops because she's lost so much weight. So I got a couple of tops and thing and some water for the dog because I forgot to bring the water. And went up there. Dad went in, got his test done, lateral flow test, and come and sat in the car to wait like 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is. So he said, oh, Mum's sleeping. So they said, Mum's sleeping in bed at the moment. And I said, oh, where's her new room? And he said, it's only two windows down towards reception. I said, oh, she's sleeping. I'll go. Perfect opportunity, me and the dog. I'll take the dog down and I'll have a peek through the window. So off I toddles now with the dog. Dog's all excited, you know, looking around new places, new flowers to sniff and all that. And went to the window and, oh, bless her, she was couched up under a blanket in bed. So I've got my head against the window looking at her, you know, with an arm into myself and getting a bit emotional because, you know, she looked like a little tiny old lady. What she is, I know, but I don't know. And Lily, I picked Lily up and she was looking, and she was so gentle. She was just looking at my mum, so gentle. And we only stayed there for a few minutes, so I went back to the car. So he gets in the car, sat down and telling Dad, oh, she's sleeping, she looks asleep. Next thing we can see this nurse coming down towards us. I thought, oh shit, I'm in trouble. They've seen me sneaking a look through the window and wondering what the hell I'm doing with a dog looking through the window. Oh. So I said, oh, so I put the window down. She's got a mask on and comes up. And she said, Caroline. I went, yeah. She said, are you supposed to be having a visit today? I said, I went, no, I just wanted to see my mum, so I'm just peeking through the window. I said, am I going to get told off? She said, no, don't be daft. She said, but it's your dad's visit today, isn't it? We're just wondering if we'd missed something. I said, no, I just wanted to see her. I just needed to see her. She said, well, I tell you what, your mum needs to go out and have a bit of fresh air today because she's been cooped up. She said, and we've got I call it the garden shed, but it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like a big shed with no front on it. But she said, if you and your dad go in there, we can bring her out and spend about 10 minutes with her. She's having her fresh air and you get to see her. She said, but you'll have to have your lateral flow test first. Is that all right? And if that's clear, we can do that. I thought, yeah, brilliant. I said, I don't care yet. Take the test. I went in and she said, can you do it yourself? I said, well, I don't think I'll be able to do the throat one. She said, do you want me to do it? I said, yeah. She did it. Didn't feel a thing. So back to the car. Wait, yeah, it's all clear. So Dad went in first to see Mum, and they woke her up gently and he sat there for a while, and then when she was ready, he came out and got me and the dog. And then we met them in the garden, but as we were going to the garden, they were just in front of us. Well, the dog was so excited to see the lady that looks after my mum. And she's all jumpy and tails going and whatever, and she's always excited to see new people. And I thought, oh God, if she's like that with my mum, it might freak my mum out. So Serena said, oh yeah, you're a lovely girl, Lily. And then she saw my mum, and they parked up, and she went up to my mum, and she just sat by the side of my mum, didn't jump, didn't do anything, just sat and leant against her leg and looked up at her. Oh, I nearly cried. So my mum just looked down at her and sort of looked at me, and then went, ooh, she. Well, it was like, ooey, because she can hardly talk now. And ooey. So I said, oh, I'm Caroline, your daughter. And she just looked straight through me. But then she saw Dad, and a big smile come on her face. And he said, I love you. And she said, love you. And then the lady said, well, I've just got to go and get something. Give me a shout if she gets agitated, or bring her around or whatever. But we're back in 10 minutes. Well, about 5 minutes, Mum had had enough. She was trying to get out of the chair. She was getting agitated. She didn't really like me being there. She didn't mind Dad being there, but she didn't like me being there. I knew she thought I was, but so... And the dog was being gentle with her, kept nudging her hand, bless her. So Dad wheeled her back then into the care home. Me and the dog then went and sat in the car, and he had another sort of like 45 minutes with her. So he said, oh, I'm sorry she didn't know you. I said, don't be sorry. I said, I knew her, and I know she's my mum. And I said, I told her I loved her, and, you know, things that I needed to do, I said I did. So I said, I'm fine. So then we went and got some lunch together. I've got a takeaway. And then we went and sat in the local park and on a picnic bench, and the sun had come out, and when we were in Welshpool, the heavens opened and it was pouring with rain when I was waiting for my dad. But we got to Newtown and they hadn't had any rain, and it was beautiful, glorious sunshine, and we sat in the park on a bench, had our takeaway with the dog, and it was lovely, and a cup of coffee, and me and my dad just chatted, and it was a lovely sort of end to the day, although it'd been quite sad, but it was quite nice as well. But I'm glad I went. I was glad I went. And the dog absolutely loved seeing my mum. Yeah, then we got back to Dad's, and his letter for him to fill in the medical form for his driving, because he's like 82. Every year you've got to fill in a new application for your driving licence. And because he's got glaucoma now in both eyes, although they're all under control and he's had tests and he can see fine and all that, but they've got to keep doing it, which is fair enough, you know. Oh God, he was so agitated about it. How am I going to fill it in? What am I going to do? And I said, oh, well, I've done it the last couple of years. I'll do it online. So the following day he brought it down. Well, could I do it online? I couldn't make it. They changed the way the form was written. Well, I couldn't make head nor tail of it. So I said, right, I'll fill the form in, because they sent the paper copy. Paper copy was easy, so I filled in the paper copy for him, and I said, you'll just need your consultant's name and address, so if you fill that in when you get home, then bring it back and I'll send it tomorrow. Well, he come back and he said, I said, did you fill it in? Well, no. He said, I put the consultant, but I don't know what the address is or anything, or I don't know what I'm doing. I said, oh, for God's sake. So I had to fill all that in. Bless him. He said, oh, I don't know. I said, oh, maybe they'll take my licence off me, you know, I shouldn't have put that I got glaucoma. I said, you've got to put it because it's in your records, and 2, it's against the law, and 3, I don't want you driving if you're not safe. So if you've got to take tests to see that you're safe to drive, so be it. He said, oh, you're happy, I'll be going home now thinking of this. And I said, well, you'll just have to. I said, it's just a thing you've got to do. Oh, well, he said, there's a lady across the road. He said, she's 89 and she hasn't had to do any of this. I said, has she got glaucoma in her eyes? No. I said, does she wear glasses? No, she's got perfect eyesight. I said, well, there you go then. That's why she hasn't got to do it. I said, but you've got glaucoma and you wear glasses, so you've got to do it. So, yeah. But he can't be driving if he's not safe. That's what I said to him. You would never forgive yourself if something happened. So I said, don't be just silly. But he was feeling right sorry for himself on Friday. And he says, oh, that's it, I'm going home, you know, nothing to do all weekend. I said, what do you mean? I said, you've got more social life than I have. I mean, he goes out to it. There's like a bubble of about 6 of them in this bubble. And they all play cards, and they go up to this farm, and they play cards together. They have meals together. They have Sunday lunch together. They play dominoes together some nights, you know. And he goes there for coffee in the day. To some of the places they do like alternative, and they've stuck together since the lockdown, because most of them are single. And he goes, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I said, try and think of the positives, Dad, of what you can do and what you are doing and where you do go. I said, you know, that's what you've got to think of. So he did seem a bit thing then. He said, oh, I suppose. I said, yeah. I said, you've got a lot going on. So, yeah, so we left it at that, but he was all right then. I've tried to do black work this week and can't do it to save my life. I don't know what it is. I just can't get my head around black work this week. I keep cocking up. I'm sorry that if you can hear the noise, it's Grant and Millie outside the door. I don't know what they're prattling on about, but... I'm very sorry. I'll just put this on pause a minute. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Millie had taken the dog out for a walk and she'd had a little accident and needed a bath. So I've just given her a shower and cleaned her all up, and she smells lovely now. So she's rubbing herself like hell on my settee. But yeah, so sorry about that. And it was split second for you, wasn't it? It's about, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour for me. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, about blackwork, yeah. So I've had to leave this week's. And maybe I'll try it again. I don't know. My brain just can't comprehend it at all at the moment. So, as I say, I had a few goes and kept cocking up. So, and it's the long or thin one that I need to do as well from last year. And that's the one I'm struggling on. So I might do this month's for 2021 and leave 2020 to the side for now. And maybe just do one of the little squares rather than the long thing. And then go back to that. I don't know. Yeah, it's been a real struggle with crafting this week, I got to admit. The old black dog has been nipping really hard at my heels. And it's been very hard to keep the old head above the old waterline. But, you know, I know it's all right some days not to feel okay. You know, I've got to teach myself that, you know, sometimes it's all right to not be okay. You know, and I've got to accept that there is going to be days where I'm not going to be okay and I'm not going to be able to cope very well with things. I was very lucky that I did have a friend that came and sat with me for a while on Friday. Thursday I was bad, and by Friday, yeah, things escalated. And then my friend came and sat with me for a couple of hours and put things back in their little boxes, as they say. And, you know, I mean, it's still there nipping, but, you know, I am just putting one foot in front of the other and plodding along. And as you lovely lot, thank you so much for your lovely comments on Facebook. I did have a big blip, as you all know. And I know the comment that was made was not malicious, but it was just, you know, one of those things that just makes you spiral. It's usually the little thing, isn't it, that tips you, and I'm afraid that was it. And thank you. I did have cry at all your messages, and it meant the world to me that so many of you took the time out of your day with your own problems to leave such lovely comments, and it did. My friend sat me down and she said, just read over them and reread over it and read what people are saying and take it in. She says, the trouble with you, you're not used to a kindness of people. I think that's the problem, she said. You know, but you've got to accept that you are a nice person and people like you, which I find hard sometimes. But hey ho, we've got to try and think, as I say, think of the positives, not the negatives. So I'm just putting it down to a blip in my week. But after my friend came round, I managed to stitch. I'd cut them all out, but I just couldn't get around to stitching all the project bags I'd made. And yesterday afternoon, sit down and stitch them all up. And I thoroughly enjoyed stitching them then. The day before I picked them up and I just couldn't do it, but yesterday I did it. And thank you, a lot of people, well, not a lot, but you know, a few people bought stuff last night and it gave me a lift. And I think there's a couple of Harry Potter ones. I've done some Harry Potter ones, but I'm waiting for the rest of the material on to come in, because plonker face here, you know the old saying, measure twice, cut once. Did I listen to that advice? Yeah. And you know when you cut something, and I looked at it and thought, that looks a bit small. That doesn't look the right shape. Yeah. It was like 2 inches too small. And it's like, and I had no more materials, and it was like, oh, bollocks. So I'm having to order some more. I've ordered some more of that one, but I've got to order some more of, I want to get some more Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor and Slytherin shield ones that I've got. And I'm not sure whether to get Marauder's map. I think I can get, I can't remember the other one I could get, because it's quite hard to get hold of material. I don't want fat quarters, and a lot of it's just sold in fat quarters. And I don't want just fat quarters because you only can make sort of one bag, and there's a lot of wastage in a quarter. It's all right if it's just a couple of quid, but when they're like nearly £5 for a quarter and you can't even cut a full bag out of it, it's like, no. It's all right for the notions. You make the notions out of it, which is fine. But when you want to make the bigger bags, you need bigger material. So I have found somewhere that does do it now. It's just knowing where to look as well for stuff, isn't it? You know, for different materials and stuff. I'm just learning. I'm this little bit of a person that's just on the bottom rung of the ladder, as they say, and learning everything as she goes. So it's just finding. So as I say, ordered some material in that I made the bags with, but I only ordered what was it called? It's bigger than a fat quarter, but it's not quite as big as a ½ metre. I can't remember what it was called. So I ordered that. Or was it ½ metre? I can't remember what it was now. But I didn't order a big amount because I thought if it's not good quality, if it doesn't work, if it looks crap, then I would, I'd have all the material and wouldn't know what to do with it. But now I like the look of it. I'm thinking I'll order some more of it. So I didn't, as I say, cocked up on the Gryffindor one. So I managed to do one of the small ones of each of the other ones, and notions, I think. Oh, apart from the Slytherin notions, I cocked that up as well, so I didn't get that one. So I only got the Ravenclaw small bag notions, Hufflepuff's small bag notion, and Slytherin small, sorry, I think I'm having hiccups, bag. But yeah, so there's a couple still left on there, so I was quite chuffed with that. And I did a rainbow one, and what they called, unicorn with rainbows, and then a rainbow pattern as the either the accent or the main one. I swapped it back and forth between the notions and the project bag, but I enjoyed doing it, and I'm glad they went up on Etsy. And again, thank you, they've all been sent out today. I've got a lovely rainbow bag to go out and to a little lady, which I need to pack up this week. I need to pack up to salt, peppers and trees, but this week I have to apologise to them. I know the weeks are going on. They probably think I've forgotten about it, but I haven't. I just need to get a couple of snacky bits that I want to put in when I get home, and then I realise, shit, I didn't pick them up. So I said to Millie, we're going to pick them up tomorrow. She's got to remind me, so it'll be her fault if I forget. So I can send them off this week. I started watching, I watched all the Marvels, and I did watch the End Game. Then I started to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, is that right? So I've watched 2 episodes of that and really enjoying that. So I've got that to watch. I found what I do now is, if I'm not feeling too good, I'm crocheting some little granny squares that I showed you for blankets, for baby blankets. Me and 6 friends were all stitching a few, and then we take, one of the girls is putting them all together, so she takes a few off each of us and puts them into one blanket. So one blanket will represent this group of 6 friends that have been friends for 40 odd years, and it's going to their grandchild will end up having it, if you know what I mean. So, but I'm on to, my white ones are gone, but they want me to do some more white and some more mint, so I've just been doing mint. So I found watching this Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I can sit there with the dog by the side of me and do this crocheting of the granny squares, and I'm really enjoying it. I haven't got to really think about what I'm doing, and my tension is starting to come a bit better. I'm starting to hold the crocheting stick better. I'm starting to hold the wool between my fingers better. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying that. But I don't think much else has gone on. Now, me and Millie are going to make our own chocolate peanuts because we went to buy some. £2 odd for a little tiny weeny bloody bag of M&M chocolate peanuts. So Millie said, what, should we make our own? I said, do you think we can? So we bought some peanuts. They are salted, but I don't mind. And some dark chocolate. Dark chocolate and salt go really well together. So we're going to try and make our own chocolate peanuts later. So that could be fun. And she said, what happens if it goes wrong? Well, I said, well, we like peanuts and we like chocolate. So I said, you know, apart from having lumps of chocolates on lumps of peanuts, I said it's a win-win situation. So I said it'll be good fun. I've got to pick Jessie up at 5:30. She's texted me now while I was doing the dog to say, can you pick me up at 5:30? I said, yep, that's fine. But I might send her dad. No, her dad's going to cook tea, I think, so I'll go. He's going to do cauliflower cheese, sausages and vegetables. He's got some sausages from the butcher's this morning. And he's going no, is he going to do that or is he going to do bacon? I can't remember if it's sausages or bacon because he's got bacon from their sausages from the butcher's this morning. And they make it from their own animals. And it's lovely. Oh, God, they're so nice. So we got that. So he said he'd do that. And I said, that's fine if it means I'm not cooking. That's fine by me. So yeah. Oh, that's a dinky one. We don't want the dinky ones. That can go in the trash. But yeah, I don't know much else. Plans, I'm not sure this week. I still want to do my crocheting, cross stitching for Stitch Mania. Try and complete some more of that. But I think I'm going to have to be kind on myself this week and not put too much pressure on myself. So I think that'll be a good thing not to do this week. And see how we go from there. So if I get cross stitching done, if I get crocheting done, if I get colouring done, if I get diamond painting done, it'll be a bonus. Do you know what I mean? So I'm hoping my Diamond Art Club will come in this week that I can phone. I'm still waiting for my Windsor Art one. God knows when that'll come in. And I did order one from somewhere else, but I can't remember who it's off. No, I can't remember who it's off, but they'll come in when they're ready, I suppose. I'll just put these couple in and then I'll let you get about your Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever day of the week it is. So you can go about and enjoy the rest of your time. So I say a big thank you for spending some of your time watching my video. I really appreciate the company. If you've not subscribed and you fancy finding out a bit more about me and what I do, there's a subscribe button down below and I do all sorts of crafts. There's also a notification button by the side, which is a little bell which lets you know when I go live or when I upload a video, which is at least a couple of times a week. My social media is down below if you want to leave a comment, or leave a comment under this video, and also my Patreon and stuff is all down below. Anything you need to know about me is down there. Okay, so with that said, look after yourselves, take care, most importantly stay safe. Love you all, bye.